Hi, this is Syed Muzammil Hussain and I welcome you to my Freelancing Basics course. We shall discuss everything about freelancing in this course. Irrespective of your age, qualification, region, industry and career stage, you can start freelancing as your career. Let's get into it and see what is it. So, let's define what is freelancing. Well, for me, I consider these 6 factors named time, place, duration, client, rate, and scale. If you have the freedom, control, and choice of these factors while earning, then you are a freelancer and you are doing freelancing. So, basically, you decide your time zone and work hours. You decide where will you sit and work. You decide your time slots. You decide your client. You decide the rate of the work and on which scale you would like to work. So, if you have all these freedoms, you are pretty much sure to be a freelancer. So after making all your choices, you do a commitment and take full responsibility of the assigned task. So after doing this sophisticated or maybe simple definition of freelancing, let us see who can become a freelancer. So for me, any person around the globe having any sellable skill with him or her can become a freelancer. So let's define what is a sellable skill. Any digital or non-digital skill for which you can provide service to anyone and earn. Examples include consultancy, mentorship, engineering, marketing, management, assistantship, etc. So if you have any of these or maybe otherwise some other skill which is sellable, like it be your software engineering or maybe online tutoring or graphic designing or anything else, so you can become a freelancer. So let's perform activity 1 of this course so that we could see that what do you learn out of these sellable skills. For that you need to go on Google, search about sellable skills. After you search, after you read few articles about it and you take a good understanding of what are sellable skills and then define that which sellable skill you can provide. After that, you need to write a short article about sellable skills, specifically the ones which you can provide on your Facebook profile. Do a good post and title that post as it is shown in the slide. After you do the post, share it in our freelancing group named as Freelancing by SNS Giants. If you have not already joined this group, please do it now. You may pause the video, perform this activity and come back again. Okay, great. So you are back. Now let's move on and see what are the skills which are apart from sellable skills a freelancer needs to have. Well, according to me, these are a set of digital skills and a set of management skills, remote ethics, soft skills, especially communication skills, and lastly, motivation to choose freelancing as a career. Let's move on and discuss each one of these separately. So, what are digital skills? Well, for me, being able to operate a digital device, operate an application on a digital device, or being able to access and manage information from internet, this is what is called a digital skill. Examples may include installing operating systems or application on a digital device, web searching, emailing, buying and selling on e-commerce websites, application development, and so on. So, after defining what are digital skills, let us see what are digital skills required by a freelancer. So here is a list of them. At least one should have a detailed knowledge of these skills to become a brand by him or herself. So first of all, it includes related to imaging, that is graphic designing, photography, videography. You need to know how to create, capture and edit all this stuff. After that, you need to know about digital marketing. After that, you need to know about operating documentation apps, which may include MS Office, Google Docs, Trello, MS Project, and so on and so forth. After that, you need to manage your social media. So all these important and very famous application must be with you. You should have your own freelancers account over there and your up-to-date profile, and you need to manage your social media actively. After that, you need to know communication tools so that you are able to communicate with your client. And lastly, you should be able to search over the web for whatever is needed to project your sellings. So that may include advanced Google search, lead generation, etc. Let's move on. So here is an activity 2 for you. Please go on Google and search about digital skills. Do look about some differences as well and some commonalities of sellable skills and digital skills. Well, one hint which I can give it to you is that a digital skill can become a sellable skill, but it is never the case that a sellable skill is also a digital skill. Sellable skill can also be a non-digital skill. So your activity is that you need to write a short article about digital skills on your Facebook profile, and you need to discuss that which skills at least you know and you don't know, and you should write that what is their actual importance as a freelancer, and you should have a good understanding of it. Then give it the title as it is shown on the screen. After you do the post on your profile, share it in our freelancing group named Freelancing Business Giants, as you already know. So you may pause the video, you may perform this activity too, and then come back again. So here is another activity for you, that is activity 3. Over here you are going to search about advanced Google search. So write a short article about it on your Facebook profile, and obviously the same way for title, and then share it in our group. So you may pause the video again, perform this activity, and then come back. Okay, great. So let's move on. After doing these 3 in-class activities, let's discuss about some management or soft skills. So you need to have at least these soft skills with you. That is, you should know how to efficiently manage your time, your schedule. You should know how to manage the stress if you're going to have, in both cases, if workload is so high or you're not going to get any work, or also you're going to manage the conflicts with your clients and the stakeholders. You need to learn how to handle your clients through communication and negotiation. You should know how to handle the stakeholders of the project, apart from the main client with whom you are dealing, and then you need to know how to do the teamwork and multitasking. So these are the bare minimum skills which you should be having. So let's move on and discuss about some remote ethics. So for me, at least one should have a presentable work environment to be displayed while you're on call. That is, it should be noise free, it should be decent, it should be clean. And then while you're on call, your tone should be okay, your choice of words should be best, and you're going to present yourself with you attitude so that you understand actually what are the problems of the client and what they need from you. After that, you need to share your culture and understand about their cultures, and obviously try to find some common points among your culture so that you're on a positive note, and understand about their holidays, about their rituals and customs. Again, one more thing is that your client is neither your boyfriend nor your girlfriend, they are your clients. So deal with them as a client. Don't get into lousy things with them. And do not hesitate going live on call. So because if you have a quality work environment, you are presentable. So just don't hesitate. Okay, if requested, just go on video call with them, talk to them, understand what they want from you. Okay, so be presentable. So these are the remote ethics which are bare minimum with any freelancer, and any freelancer must have all this. And then we move on to have communication skills. So whatever language your client speaks, you need to know that. Okay. And obviously at this moment the global and international language is English, so you need to know at least English. So your verbal expression should be okay, it should be understandable. Your written expression should be okay, it should be error free writing, so that whatsoever you have written, the second party understands what you wanted to say. Next is you should have some study skills. Now people don't understand why I'm saying like you should have some reading habits, and you should be able to read something carefully and understand it, and that is also in a short time. So for example, if you're working with a client and he or she has given you some specification over 10 or maybe 20 pages, and she wants to get back with her on live call and discuss about it within 30 minutes. You understand? Even if she does not say, you should manage your time efficiently. So you should have some study skills. You should be able to read it thoroughly within limited time. It shouldn't be like you don't have reading habits and you are going away and you are running away. Okay. So after that, once you're on call, your call may take some long, it may take hours. Okay. So you should be able to manage yourself, to listen attentively to your client. So these are the communication skills which are bare minimum required by every freelancer. You should have a good verbal expression, a good written expression, study skills, and listening skills. So why to choose freelancing as a career? So what should be the motivation? So the motivation is freedom. If the in the first slide I've mentioned a few constraints: time, duration, place, so if you want freedom from all those and you want to make the choices by yourself, so this should be the motivation. Okay, so to become a freelancer. Then if you have an urge to fulfill your commitment, you do not need a boss to fulfill your commitments and handle a client, you should do the freelancing. If you can handle a good network of clients as well as your peer freelancers, you should get into it. If you can present a good win-win deals with your clients, you must get into the freelancing. And obviously, if you have an urge to become a brand by yourself, that people know you with your own identity, you should start with freelancing. Now let's move on and discuss about freelancing platforms. So now freelancing platforms, it totally depends upon what kind of skill you're selling. And then you can look around in the world that this is the platform for me. If you're selling in the local market, you do not need to have, you do not need to get into so many of these platforms. Okay, but if you are selling internationally, then you need to see that what is the specific area you would like to select, what are the platforms which are providing services over there. So a hint for this is that search for the platforms where you can get services which you want to sell. So once you search, you come to know that in that area these are the platforms where people are selling this service. You can just register yourself with them and start selling. So these are the freelancing platforms. So here is an activity for you, that is activity 4 with us. You need to first of all define your sellable skill or skills, and then according to your sellable skills you need to check, you need to see that in the specific area where you want to sell, maybe globally or maybe in your region, what are the freelancing platforms where you can sell your service. Okay, I have given you the hint in the previous slides, you could use that, and then again write a Facebook post, give it a title like displayed on the screen, and share it in our Facebook group. Okay, you may pause the video and perform this activity. Okay, great. So you are done with activity 4, and let's move on and discuss about payment industry. So freelancing is only possible because payments, or you can call them transactions, are being made in seconds. So have you ever considered that whenever a transaction is made internationally, how it is processed in seconds? So you can see in slides, we look into it that there is a client sitting in the USA, maybe his or her financial institute or the bank or the one who has provided him or her a card to send or receive money, they initiate the transaction. That transaction goes to the switch routed to the network, then network routed to the relevant regional switch where the client wanted to send the money, and then that switch sends that money to freelancers financial institute. So this is you can say pathway from client's financial institute to freelancers financial institutes, or client's bank account to freelancers bank account, how the money moves. Okay, so these are the bases which provides us freelancing facility along with the internet has made our communication easy, and this payment industry has actually made freelancing possible. So now here is my personal experience which I want to share with you. So if you are a freelancer, at least you should have 3 bank accounts. Okay, and it would be much better if these accounts are in your regional government bank, or your state government bank, or maybe your federal government's bank. Okay, now it depends upon in which state or in which country you reside and what are their rules and regulations. But for me, living in Pakistan, I actually tried, and I have actually more than one bank accounts in different banks. And obviously if you have some in commercial banks, that is also good. And some other services like I have listed in the last line: Payoneer, PayPal, TransferWise, Western Union, Skrill, Cash Express, Remitly, and so many. So at least you should know the area where you want to serve, or the area you are working at. So what like which services out of these are actually working over there, and you can use them and request your client to send money through those. And obviously you should consider that what are their transaction rates, how much time do they take in releasing your money, or placing your money in your account. So you should look into it. So let's get into the activity 5 related to what we have discussed about payment industry. Please go on Google, search about payment industry, search about how payment industry helps freelancers, search about some top services, and then again, as usual, write a short article, post it on your Facebook profile, give it a title similar to the first 4 activities, and then share that post in our freelancing group. This is the last activity, and this is very important. So please do it, pause the video, get into it. Okay, great. So you are done with activity 5 as well. So let's discuss some ethical guidelines. So I want to guide you related to 2. First of all, never overcharge your client if he or she has an urgency of work. Please do not overcharge, do not exploit. Secondly, never accept such projects which are offering good money but they're unethical, they're illegal, they're immoral, or if you're a Muslim, you can call it haram. Okay? So please do not accept them. If you do it, eventually you will be feeling some guilt. Okay? So these are some ethical guidelines. Please do take care of this. Then what is SNS Giants offer for you? SNS Giants, this is basically a company in Pakistan. So we are offering consultancy and mentorship services. So for freelancers, we are offering our $1 million plan, named as $1 million plan for freelancers. It's a 6 months per plan. For the first month, we are offering consultancy. For the next 5 months, we're offering mentorship. You can see our logo, you can see our social media handlers, you can see our WhatsApp and email address. You can join the next batch if you're interested. 40 seats available, and that's all. So just if you're interested to learn the things which I have mentioned already, everything, and you want to be mentored during the journey as a freelancer, to get in touch with us and join the session. So this is a brochure where you can see that we are offering this $1 million plan not only for professional freelancers but also for software engineers. So you can just pause this video and fetch all the details mentioned over here, starting from anything. Okay, so let's move on. So here's as a request to you that please record a video or maybe do a social media post or a recommendation in your network, and where you are going to tell that how this video was or how this video is, and have you liked it or not, or what kind of improvements would you like to suggest. And obviously if you think that you should recommend it to the people, please do that. And then obviously please share whatsoever you give the review, do that on your social media post, and then share your post in our freelancing group. Okay, So I hope you're gonna do it for us. Let's move on. So if you want to get certified, this is the way. You can just read it out from the slide, and you can follow this. Okay, write an email, give this the subject as mentioned in the slide, and then what you need to do is you need to get the link for all the 5 activities and your review. The 6 posts to get, you need to fetch their links and then post them in your email content and then send that. So our team will look into it. If you have understood these and you have written some, so they will issue you a digital certificate for this course within 3 working days, so you could get certified through this. Okay, so if you have any questions, you know how to get in touch with us. You can either comment in our video, or you can get in touch with us through WhatsApp or maybe email, and we would like to answer you and if you're curious. So thank you very much for being with me, and bye bye for now.